You did it. You quit weed, and after staring at the ceiling for hours, you finally fell asleep. Only to wake up screaming, your heart pounding, sweating, and confused. It is just so unfair that it is worse being asleep and in withdrawal than it is being awake and in withdrawal. But today we're going to talk about why you are under attack in your dreams and 4 things you can do to survive these nights. Honestly, one of my favorite things about weed, like other than the intended effect, was that my nights were dreamless. More like floating on a very soft bed. But what I thought was peaceful was actually creating a flood zone because THC, the main compound in cannabis, suppresses REM sleep, which is when we do most of our dreaming. And REM, or rapid eye movement, is the phase of sleep where we process our emotions and we file away memories. You could think of it like your brain's nightly maintenance and organization crew. But if you use weed daily, then you aren't getting your nightly maintenance because the THC is suppressing the REM. You think you're sleeping like a baby, but actually you are sleeping like the dead. So when you quit using cannabis, your brain tries to do years of work in 1 week. Oh, and this experience is called REM Rebound. Think of REM like water flowing down a river, and using cannabis is like building a dam. The water, your dreams, don't go anywhere. They just back up. So when you quit using weed, years of feelings and dreams come flooding out along with the mud and the sticks and the debris because of the lack of maintenance. And this is your brain's powerful, albeit very unsettling way of processing and finding balance again. So knowing nightmares are normal helps, but it doesn't make waking up terrorized any easier. So let's talk about those 4 things that you can do to cope at 3 a.m. But first, if this content is useful for you, then please like or subscribe because it sincerely helps. So, how to cope? First, cognitive reframing, which is a fancy way of saying think about it differently. Because REM sleep is necessary for memory. It's when your short-term memories are converted into long-term memories. And if you've been using enough weed to have nightmares, then I know that you've been having memory problems too. And if you're like me, you've worried whether your memory will recover. Well, take comfort because the nightmares are a sign that your brain is healing. So when one wakes you up, remind yourself, REM sleep is necessary for long-term memory creation, and my brain is just trying to get back to where it used to be. Try to think of it like physio. It's uncomfortable, but it is necessary for future wellness, and it's only going to hurt for a little while. Second, when you wake up from a nightmare, your body is in hardcore fight or flight, which means that the cortisol is flowing. So you want to intentionally send signals to your brain that you're safe so that after the cortisol runs its course, your body relaxes. And the simplest way to do this is to ground in your senses. Name 3 things that you can see in your room. Touch your blanket and experience its texture. Tell yourself, I'm in my room, I'm safe, and I get to relax for hours. And then take some slow, deep breaths because all of this tells your body there's no actual threat, so your nervous system stops responding to your dream. Third, a nightmare sets you on fire in every possible way, especially sweating under the covers. And as long as you are hot, you are not sleeping. So go back to that drop in body temperature trick that we talked about in my first THC Withdrawal Insomnia video. It is never easy to force yourself to do, but you gotta just kick off all the covers and let your body experience a rapid drop in temperature because that mimics your circadian rhythm. I know, it feels like cruel and unusual punishment, but nothing works faster. So try to just think of it as a loving act of self-care. Fourth, have some calming audio ready to go. Never let your brain start thinking in the night or it will just jack that cortisol right back up again. So listen to the sound of rain, which is my favorite, or a sleep talk down audio, whatever keeps your brain distracted. I made a sleep talk down video specifically for people in detox, and it's actually perfect for nightmare recovery too, so I will link that in the description. Experiencing REM rebound means that your brain is doing what it needs to do in order to restore your sleep cycles and also that your memory is recovering. This is what change feels like, but only today. Coming up next, a brain hack that turns falling asleep into a habit as simple as brushing your teeth. And when that video is ready for you, I'm going to link it right here.